Hello everyone, we're continuing this project or adventure in air sealing the house, and in this video we're going to talk about air sealing the outlets and switches. So I started doing this before recording the opening segment here. I've already been around the house doing all the air sealing, and my son saw me doing this and he told my wife that he thought I was crazy. Well, maybe, but not for air sealing the outlets and switches, because there have been a lot of studies that have proven, including the one done right here in the University of my garage, that says at least 5% of all of your energy loss in your home exits through your outlets and switches. So let me just show you something. Here's an outlet box, okay? And this is a fairly new one. Who the hell knows what you have in your walls when your old home was built years ago, right? But there are, if you got these knockouts here for the wires, those things get bent. There's a wire in there. You're gonna, screw it down. There's still holes all over this box. So all these holes, the air comes in and goes out and up and exits someplace. Maybe you've got some cracks between your sheathing and your top sill plate. Who the hell knows what you've got going on up there? But all the air is going to exit that way. Okay, not just that, not just in the box, but you've got drywall that might not be sealed right up against the side of the box, and you've got gaps, and it's going out that way. Okay, so this is both with your outlets and your switches. So the other thing is which I'll show you later on in this video, you're going to have your outlets where you plug in things, right? That actually goes out through the outlet. That air can go through the outlet. No, it sounds crazy. Through the outlet, escape out of the outlet, and out through the box. Now you might think, well, what's the big deal? How much am I losing out of here? Well, when you add this up, and then all the gaps around the boxes too, which is where a lot of it goes, you multiply that times all the outlets and switches in your house. Now you've got a window open. When you add it all up, it equals that. Now, it might not feel like a window's open when you stand next to an outlet, because really what's happening is the air's not coming in. It's going out and exiting. And so I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how you can identify that too. But first, we're going to talk about what's needed, what kind of tools, what kind of equipment we're going to use to seal the stuff up. So we're going to show you what tools and things you're going to need to help seal your outlets and switches. The first thing you want to do to fill the gaps, depending on the size of the gaps around your outlets and switches, will be some caulk, and this is a flexible caulk in the event that you're plugging things in, and if the box moves a little bit, you're not going to crack the seal between the caulk and the sheetrock. And also some spray foam to fill the larger gaps. We also have some the child-proof little outlet covers. I'll show you how to use those in a moment. A screwdriver to get the covers off. And here's the other important piece. These foam pads that this whole box, I forget how many are in these, but quite a few. 100 sheets, 100 pieces. I only paid a few dollars for it. I'm going to link to this in the description, but these things here have the knockouts that you need to, so these are universal. It can go for a traditional outlet with the little light switch in the middle, the Decora ones, which I have, which I'll show you, and electrical outlets here too. So these things are universal, and again, you just choose which piece you're knocking out depending on what you want to install this on. I want to show you more evidence here as to why you need to install these things or seal the gap. So here, this outlet was foamed in a while ago, so you got the foam, but notice these lines here. What that is dust and dirt that's gotten trapped as the air is continuing to try to leave through the outlet. This is an exterior wall, okay, and all of this here is from the dirt that's coming through. Look at this as I can wipe it off. Underneath where the gap is here, underneath this plate right? So we're going to install one of these over here, this foam pad, to continue to seal this. If I put my hand here, it's actually pretty cold out. It's only about 22 degrees outside, right? I could feel the air moving past my fingers. So this is definitely a problem, and we're going to be sealing this up. See, that was an easy one because the box was already foamed in. We're going to foam in a couple right now and do some caulk. We'll show you how we're going to do that. I want to provide you with a little more evidence here as to why this needs to be done. This flashlight, hopefully we can get this to work properly. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see this, but look at all this dust in here, okay? All of this, and you can see inside, looks like cobwebs, and that's all because all this dust is traveling into the box and out and up and out of the house, and all that dust is flying in here. So we're going to seal all this off so that way this doesn't happen anymore. In this example, we've got a spot here where it's a thin crack where we're going to probably use caulk, and then over here it's a little thicker, so we'll use the spray foam maybe on the side and on the top, and also on the bottom. It's a thicker hole, so we're gonna do a combination on this one. That foam will all expand, and then when it's all dry, it's just going to be a few minutes, we'll trim it off, and then we'll fit that foam cover on top. I obviously have no control over this stuff here, and what you don't want to do is get this stuff on your paint because it'll stain it. Again, as soon as this dries up, we'll trim it. I'm going to put a little bit here and some cracks here on the edge. That should be it. Okay. All right, we're going to come back in a few minutes. This is all dried now, so we're going to knock it out and shave it. Get the foam off of it the best that you can without damaging the paint. By the way, I forgot to mention, you never want to spray this stuff inside the outlets or switches. You do not want this near the wires. These things are, this stuff can be flammable. You do not want to be spraying it inside of the box. That's why we just did it on the perimeter here, okay? You don't want to be going anywhere near inside with this knife either. You touch the side of the outlet, you're going to get zapped, so you probably want to shut the power off before you even do this. Okay, so we've got the we got this piece already. I took the little knockouts out for the outlet. You can lay it over. Do it tight. That way you're squishing that pad up against the wall and the frame of the box. So I told you about these knockouts here, right? Well, we got these child safety caps, and I just pushed these knockouts right onto this child safety cap, which will then completely seal these holes too, because the air will go through and out the back of the outlet as well. So this will prevent that from happening. Got a second one here that goes in here. And now we're going to move on to the light switch. Slice this off. Actually, you can probably just tear it. It's just easier to tear it. That one was faster. Put this on here. Then you come back around with the screws. Okay, that's tight. All right, wasn't that simple? You just saw how easy that was. By the way, I want to mention that before I touched any of these outlets and switches, the breakers were shut off. I know that I'm going to trigger some of you here. When you saw me there with a screwdriver near the outlet and all that, but you know, your outlets and switches should be powered off at the breaker before you do any of that. But in any case, I know that the work we've done, you only saw me do a couple of examples. All of the light switches and outlets in the home have been done, especially what's on the exterior walls. If you only wanted to do those, that would be something. This is going to make an improvement in the overall energy efficiency of the home. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit that like button, please. And I've got the whole series you should watch on all the insulation and air sealing, all the different places. So just you know, we've got the playlist linked right here at the end of this video. You might be seeing it right now on the screen. See you next time.